So honestly, as everybody knows, Modern Warfare 3 Zombies is absolutely underwhelming trash, right? We all know this. This is common knowledge, common sense. There's nothing new. But what we're talking about today is 2024 Black Ops Zombies. Here's the thing. It needs to be round based. Zombies this year has to be primarily round based. You can have the Warzone zombies. That's fucking cool. You want the Warzone zombies, make it a separate thing, but give us round based zombies because round based zombies is where this franchise came from. It's where this game mode came from, right? And if they start drifting away from it, nobody's gonna start playing zombies. You're gonna lose your zombies community. Everyone hates the multiplayer. You're gonna lose the multiplayer. And they don't even give us campaigns no more, basically. They give us Warzone campaigns. Nobody's going to play the campaign. So today we're going to be talking about what Call of Duty 2024 needs for the zombies mode. Because zombies, over the past couple of years, has been very lackluster. They've just been taking the shortcuts and the easy ways out. And you can tell. You can tell by the gameplay. Zombies back then, I would say, was the most passion-filled modes besides the campaign, obviously, where the campaign had great moments, like in Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 1, Black Ops 3, Cold War. And even in the zombies, they had great moments, right? So they slowly started drifting away from the passion and the greatness, and they started coming towards mediocre moments and just mediocre gameplay, everything, honestly. And the first thing that it starts out with is just the map in general. The ambience, the atmosphere, the layout, the style, the graphics, everything about that. All of it starts with the map. Look at maps like Mob of the Dead, Origins, Shadows of Evil, Kino der Toten even. All of the fan favorite maps, the best maps of all time in zombies, have great layouts, great atmosphere, everything about it. The theme is awesome. That's where it really begins to settle in as one of the greatest ever. Just think about it, because even in World War II, Exo Zombies, Infinite Warfare Zombies, they started getting more lackluster. Just everything about the maps were like, the fuck is this shit? You don't really care about it. And Treyarch always nailed it on the head with pretty much the ambience of the maps and how they looked and how they played. That's where it mainly stems from, to make a good map from a shitty map. You can have really bad gameplay, honestly. Like, you could really have bad gameplay and underwhelming features, but as long as the map's badass and awesome, it's gonna be a good map. Like, look at Call of the Dead. Call of the Dead has some of the worst wonder weapons and one of the worst perks ever introduced, Deadshot Daiquiri, but and one of the most hated bosses of all time, but it's one of the best maps of all time, Call of the Dead, just because of how it plays, how it looks, how it feels to play in the map. Even 5 has the worst wonder weapon in zombies, but it is one of the most fun and one of the fan favorites. For some reason, the maps that have been coming out recently are just not good at all. They don't look good, they don't play good, they're not fun to play on at all. Besides the gameplay, besides the story, besides all of that, just the maps in general have been very lacking. Just for instance, just take this Modern Warfare 3 Zombies, for instance, okay? It looks terrible, it plays terrible, and, it's a Warzone map. Who gives a fuck about it? Seriously. Vanguard Zombies, I don't remember any of those maps. I don't remember any of them, because they're all trash. And then we're going all the way back to Cold War. Cold War was a fun game, to be honest, but the maps just didn't have that personality to them. If your zombies maps don't look cool or have fun features to them, then who gives a shit about how it plays? Like, you could put me in a room of a cheese cube map, and you got Pack-a-Punch. I don't give a damn what it has. It's not even, what the hell? No one's playing that shit, right? Secondly, you need to have standout features in wonder weapons and regular weapons. If you don't have that, you're just edging closer into being borderline mediocre trash territory, and you do not want to do that. Have a good wonder weapon, have good weapons, have good features, okay? You got the flingers on fucking Shinonuma. You got the launchy things on Call of the Dead. All of these things, they make the map what it is. The teleporters on 5. It's going to make the map what it is. And the more that you have these little intricate devices, things, whatever, that makes it its own map, that's going to make it more enjoyable for the player. Shadows of Evil has the sacrifices. Mob of the Dead has Afterlife. Oh, Shadows of Evil also has the beast mode. There's all these things that they do that distinguishes the map from all the other ones. And it makes you go, okay, I want to play like this today, I'm going to play this map. I want to play like this today, I'm going to play this map. It makes everything different, feels different, and it adds to a more enjoyable and replayable experience. They need to start changing it up, innovating, adding unique items and features into different maps. And if they don't do that, well, guess what? Who cares? It feels rushed. It feels not fun. It feels non-passionate. All of that. Another thing that I've noticed they've been doing recently is they bring back things like the Pack-a-Punch, okay? The mystery box. They bring back all this stuff. And when they bring it back in, like, let's say Modern Warfare 3 Zombies, it feels like they're using it as like a ploy, like a bait and switch thing, like, hey, we have the motherfucking Pack-a-Punch, come play this game. Instead of like, okay, this is a zombies map, here's the Pack-a-Punch. When they used to bring the Pack-a-Punch back and all of this other stuff, I'm not talking about just a Pack-a-Punch, but all of the other iconic zombies features, now when they bring it back, it just feels like they're forced to bring it back, and they're bringing it back out of the sole reason that, hey, we have to drag these motherfuckers in to play this because they're not going to play it if it doesn't have it. And I understand we need this stuff in the mode, but they don't add anything new. They don't add anything special. Oh, but they have the exfil. Are you tripping? There's an exfil. Like, there's really people out here defending the exfil, saying it's like some innovative thing. Another thing that just popped up into my head is the perks. So the perks, for some reason, I don't know why, but they feel the need to change up the perks so much, which I know I just talked about innovation, right? But there's certain things that are already fixed and you don't fuck with them, okay? The perks are already fixed and they're already good. And they just started fucking with them, like, let's take on Juggernaut, let's see what happens. Let's add all these random perks and see what happens. Hell, even they put the perks in the middle of the HUD. Like, come on, man. The perks nowadays in the HUD looks like trash. Everything they do, everything they touch, just makes it worse. And this is just a side note, but I see so many comments on my videos saying, why don't you shut up? Why don't you do this? Like, you suck at the game, terrible opinion, whatever. And I think people misconstrue me spilling out my opinion for this game as, like, hate, which I know it sounds like hate, right? And sometimes it is. But it's more just me. I love this game so much. I love Call of Duty so much, the franchise so much, that I want to see it be as good as it could possibly be. Like it used to be back in the days. It used to be one of the best games of all time. And it's just slowly falling off. Like, it'll fall off a couple of years and then come out with a good game or a decent one. And then it just falls back off again. And you just can tell. And I don't know if it's the developers. I don't know if it's the publishers. Whatever. It's feeling rushed. It's feeling run to the mill. It's feeling very mediocre nowadays. Like, hey, give us money. We have this. Give us money. We have that. That's more of like what it's feeling nowadays. And the constant push for Warzone zombies and just like objective-based zombies, I don't get it. I think it's trash because round-based zombies is what is fun, and that's what we need to return back to. It's almost like round-based zombies in Call of Duty made its own kind of genre, honestly, in video games, but they just stray away from it. You know, with Vanguard and this one, Modern Warfare 3 Zombies, it's more like, okay, kill these pods and earn this. Like, this is not Extinction. This is zombies. Why are you trying to make it so objectively based? Because even round-based zombies is objectively based, but they don't push it in your face like they do nowadays. Like, I'm pretty sure they cannot go one game without recycling or reskinning or remastering something from previous games. It's getting actually insanely irritating to this point. This game is going to come out in 2024. You can bet it's going to have an old map from a different game, a different Call of Duty, or it's going to have some old wonder weapons from a different Call of Duty. You can just bet on that. You know it already is. And no, things like the perks and the ray gun, the Pack-a-Punch, of course, we need those back. The mystery box, we need those back. Those are staples. But when they bring back like map-specific things from old Call of Duties, or just maps in general from old Call of Duties, it's like, come on, dude. Can you guys really just make one game, original game, where you just don't recycle everything? Because back then, they weren't recycling this much. This time, they're recycling everything. That's just my little rant. I'm really hoping I'm wrong, and I hope COD 2024 has one of the best comebacks for Call of Duty ever. Because this game had 4 years to be developed. It's very hyped up, insanely hyped up. It's made by Treyarch, and Treyarch is the GOATs. Okay, they're the most creative studio. They're the most fun studio. So I'm hoping they could do something special this year. But with that said, I'll see you guys later. I'm out.